So today I'm going to be reviewing the Love Notions Compose Robe. Check it out. Hi YouTube, I'm Crystal of CrystalSewsandStuff.com. Welcome back to the channel today. So let me tell you a little bit more about this great pattern. So the Compose Robe is a cute robe pattern designed for both knits as well as woven fabrics. And there are two versions of the pattern. There's an adult ladies pattern in sizes extra small to 5XL for bust sizes of 32 inches through 57.5 inches. And then there's also a unisex kids version in sizes 2T to size 16. So a great pattern range, size range for both ladies as well as kids. And then there's also for the adult size, there are two bodice options. So there's an option to sew a standard size bust option. So if your bust measurement, if your upper bust measurement and your full bust measurement if the difference is 3 inches or less, you would sew the standard bust measurement option. And then there's also an option for a full bust measurement. So if the difference between your upper bust and your full bust is 4 inches or more, you have the option of sewing up this pattern in the full bust option. So I love that about Love Notions patterns because it gives you more options for sizing. So there are two options, well, like 4 different options for the pattern. So you can sew it up with just a collar for the front, or you can sew it up with a collar as well as with a hood attachment as well. So you have that option. And then there's also the option to sew it at knee length, which is what I sew for both versions. And then there's the option to sew it all the way down to your calf length. So that's really great. So if you are really in a cold environment or you just like longer robes, you can, there's also, the length is already added in for you. So anyway, those are the options for the pattern. And so let me tell you about the two that I sewed up. So I sewed a size small at the bust, and then I graded out to a size medium for the waist and hips. And then I took away an inch on the sleeves as well as on the hem for both versions because I'm pretty short. And so that's what I did because I'm about 5'1". And so I love how it turned out for both of these. So this one I just did the collar version without the hood. And so let me tell you about the pattern pieces. So there's a front pattern piece cut twice, and then you have a back pattern piece cut twice, and then you have your tie piece cut twice, and then you also have your pocket piece cut twice, and then you have your front band cut twice, and then you sew it up in the back. And then for the hood piece, you just have one hood piece, and that's cut twice. And then the same thing, you also have a separate band piece for the front for the hood version. So the hood version, the band comes from all the way from the top of the hood all the way down. So it's just 2 pieces attached up here at the top, and it goes all the way down to the hem. So I really like both of these options, and it's a nice size hood. I love this size hood because it's great for when I wear my hair out and curly, which is normally how I wear it, but I'm just rocking it straight for a little bit, but it'll be back to the curly stage pretty soon. So anyway, it's good for if I have my big hair or if I have it straight. I can wear it either way. So I really love the hood option. So anyway, that's what I did. Those are the 2 versions that I sewed. Now this green one is in a rib knit, and I believe I picked up this rib knit at the American Sewing Guild annual meeting, where they always have a swap sale, and then the proceeds go to a local charity that our chapter is funding for the year. And so I picked up that rib knit from that swap, and I just love this really pretty green color. And so this one is going to be my summery robe. So I'm going to wear this one more in the summer because there's no hood, and it's a nice little beautiful green, bright green springy color. So I just love this shade of green, which is really pretty. And then the second one I sewed up in this really cute maroon sweatshirt fleece, and it's a pretty thinner sweatshirt fleece, so it's not super thick. So I just love the weight of it, but you can go thicker, according to your preference. And so I just used the right side of the fabric for the main part of the fabric, and then I used the wrong side of the fabric to add, I added an extra cuff to the bottom, and then I used the wrong side of the fabric for the collar, and then I also used the wrong side of the fabric for the pocket. So I just love this little detail and how it gave me a little crystallized flair, unique flair for me. So I just love how that turned out. And I have a quick clip of how I added these little bands to the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a cuff to the sleeve. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and what I've done is lined up my ruler to the edge of the sleeve, the bottom of the sleeve. And then I'm just going to add 3 inches this way so that I have about a 1.5, actually a 1.25 inch cuff when I'm done. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and measure out here 3 inches down, all the way down. And then I'm going to make just 2 rectangles, actually a little bit wider than a rectangle, because I'm going to make it go out just a hair, just like this bottom curve on both ends. And then I'm going to have 2 kind of rectangular pieces. So first I'm going to trace out the shape. This is the shape you get, kind of like a rectangle, but just a little bit angled out from where the end of the sleeve was. And what you do next is you're going to sew the short ends together, right sides together, and then you fold that in half and attach it to the hem of the sleeve. Okay, so you sew the short ends together. So you fold the cuff right sides together. So the hem should be, so the seam should be on the inside, and then you insert it into the bottom of the sleeve. So the last step is to go ahead and sew the cuff on. So what you do is you put the cuff over top of the sleeve, lining up the seam lines, and then you sew and or serge the top, the sleeve, the cuff to the sleeve. And then after it's sewn up, you just turn it over and you have your cuff, and you just give it a good press. Okay, so that's how I went on ahead and added the bands to the bottom. Really easy hack. Anybody can do it. It's just simple measuring out the bottom and then folding it over and then attaching it. And so for the insides of the garment, I went on ahead and sewed it. I sewed it with a zigzag stitch for all the seams, and then I finished the edges on my serger. But you can go ahead, if you're adept at using your serger, you can also sew this completely on your serger, maybe except for the hem. You can totally sew this on your serger throughout for the whole thing, because the seam allowance is only 3/8 inches, so you can put it right up under your machine and sew it at 3/8 inches if that's how you like to sew up your knits. But usually I like to sew mine with a zigzag and then finish it off in case I need to make any little changes to it. But this is, I didn't have to make any major changes. I just made some little changes for my height. I just took 1 inch off the sleeves, as well as 1.25 inches off the main part of off the hem, so that it'll fit me, because I'm pretty short. So anyway, I just love how it turned out, and so I just went on ahead and finished everything on the serger. So came out really nice. So now here are some quick pics and twirls of me wearing both of these cute robes. that this pattern also has an optional head wrap for you to put on your hair once you get out the shower, and it's available for both the kids version as well as the ladies version. I just didn't have enough fabric to make the wrap to go with these, but it's a great option for you to have. Now this pattern does call for 3 3/8 yards of fabric, but make sure you have the wider width of fabric. It's suggested, so the 57 to 60 inch wide fabric would work best. And just make sure you maybe get another extra 1/8 yard of fabric to go ahead, and so you make sure you have enough fabric to go ahead and do the head wrap. If you want to also do the head wrap option for the ladies version, you probably probably a little bit less in order to do the kids version. So anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and make sure I popped in and told you that. So those are the details of the Compose robe, and I'll leave a link to the kids as well as the ladies versions in the description box for you to go ahead and pick it up. And they're on sale this week for because it's release week, and so if you want to go ahead and pick them up, this would be great for you to go ahead and sew up for both you and your family. Let me know what you think about the robes, and let me know, do you sew up patterns? Do you like to sew up robes for you and your family, especially during the holidays? Let me know. I'd love to get a discussion going. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos. Anyway, I hope you all are having a great day. Take care. Bye.